Hello, Matthew. Good evening. Welcome, one and all. How are you? Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, my dudes. Yeah. So happy Tuesday. I don't know if I've got a lot to talk about this evening. So I leave it to you to give me things to talk about this evening. Oh my goodness. What is going on with my hair? Sorry. Yeah, everybody's sick. That's part of the course. Everybody feels awful. I get it. Straight into the game, or do I want to comment on the CAGA tournament? I don't know what CAGA stands for. I'm not commenting on the bracket because I don't want to put my thumb on the scale. If I could go back in time and prevent everyone from initially thinking of me as frumpy, would I? Um, that's probably not what I would change. I don't know. It's long forgotten lore that once upon a time, when everybody was on the Loading Ready Run forums, my forum signature was I am not mad at you. Because for some reason, everybody always thinks I'm way more standoffish than I am. And would just like interpret my totally normal sentences as being like accusatory or angry sounding. And and I just like, I don't know. I feel like I'm a generally fairly good-natured guy. It's strong convictions, and I'm opinionated, and good God, do I need to trim my mustache. But generally speaking, I don't know. I think I'm a pretty easygoing, gregarious fellow. But everybody always thinks I'm grouchy, and I'm not. As established, I'm the one person here with a sense of whimsy. Jim Cat notwithstanding. Jim Cat says, I am pure whimsy. That's because you are like one of the Fae, Jim Cat. You live somewhere on the spectrum between like a sprite and a fairy. You haven't quite like uh graduated to stealing children and replacing them with shapeshifters, but you know what I mean. Is childlike wonder whimsy or lack of being a grown up? I honestly, for me, it's having a sense of fun. You got to have a sense of humor about things. Um. Anyhow, what have we got to talk about this evening? That isn't the Kirby suit. What do we have to talk about this evening? Apod says, I have never seen Kirby Matt live, and you never will. Izandai says, I have a question. How do you do your calorie counting? Okay, so first things first, I'm not calorie counting at the moment. But explain this question further, because I have lots of techniques for you. What is the purpose of this question? Is really what I want to know. Izandai is typing a paragraph instead of just typing like a sentence at a time so that I can start to work with this. Izandai is taking their time. All right. Okay, so Izandai says, a while back you mentioned calorie counting is one of the things you do when trying to lose weight, and I'm curious how you recommend going about that. Okay, so the answer is actually pretty easy. Um, I'm going to just endorse an app for you, but the app is MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal. Um, and MyFitnessPal has a food diary, so you can set yourself a calorie goal for the day, and you can actually, with Pro, you can actually set a nutrition like macronutrient goal as well. Um, but basically, when you go to log a meal, you've got your MyFitnessPal. You just hit the plus button, log food, and then it has a database of food. And you can type in, it's like, I ate an orange. Let's say I ate an orange. I ate an orange. Orange. One medium orange, 62 calories right there. And I can just add it as like food that I ate. And it asks me, did you eat it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or a snack? And let's say I had it as a snack. And it logs it and it counts it according to your calorie budget for the day. So that's fun. Then this expands because if you are eating a prepared food, so let's say you have a, let me think, what's a good prepared food? You go and you get a frozen chicken pot pie, a Stover's chicken pot pie at the grocery store, and you throw it in the microwave and eat that. You have the option, and this is really handy, to, rather than like go through and enter it manually, you can go log food, and it has a barcode scanner. So here, I'm just covering my camera, but it has a barcode scanner. So you can just scan the barcode on the prepared food that you're eating, and it will automatically enter the calorie information or the nutrition information for that item. Um, and then all you have to do is you have to make sure that your serving size is right. But so if you eat a whole pie, you need to make sure that based on weight, you're doing the whole pot pie. And then there's an additional thing, which is this app also allows you to log your own recipes. And so this is the big thing for me, is I have a bunch of recipes that I make, right? Like stuff that I just have in the queue to make. Um so like Italian tortellini soup, for instance, is a recipe that I have. And so you just go through and you add all the ingredients in the soup. Uh there you go. Red chili flakes, carrots, garlic, rainbow tortellini, 7 cheese, Italian sausage, butter, celery, all-purpose flour, onion, Italian seasoning, and whatever that is down at the bottom. Oh, crushed tomatoes. And again, you just do it all by weight. You just log the, like, when you're making the recipe, you just put in the amounts that you use, and then you tell it how many servings of the food you're making. And here, this recipe makes 10 servings, and it just automatically figures out what the nutrition information for one serving of the soup is, and then you can just log the soup. You can just say, I had a serving of this soup, and it will just automatically add it for you. So that is why I recommend that app. It's all really convenient and straightforward. The only thing that I find challenging is that Meg does most of the cooking these days, and I find it annoying to like log a recipe if I'm not making it myself. So I haven't been using it. And can I do this without showing off too much personal information? Probably. Um, you recall here. Let's go back in time to a year that I don't care about, so I can
say that my cooking was annoying
to
for the
log
purposes of logging.
for the purposes of logging. Yes. Um,
That's fair. I mean, I do my best.
I know you do.
I
Um,
change things every time.
I know, and that's why it's annoying.
Well, onions they just weigh different amounts.
Yeah. So anyhow, point being, if we look way back in time here in 2017, we have my spreadsheet of weights and measures. And so what I have here is a week, for instance. You can see in May of 2017, my first measurement here, I was 187 pounds. And so I just weighed in my weight every day, and you can see the daily fluctuations in weight across the week between 187 and 192 pounds. And my average weight for the week was 190.1 pounds. And then the following week it was 188.4, and the following week it was 186.9. So you can see the trend downwards of my body weight. And then I had also at the time I was on a crazy restrictive calorie diet. Um,
Yep.
so I was targeting 1,520 calories a day, and I would just take whatever I logged for the day and enter it in this top bar. What did I eat on that day? How many calories did I eat that day? And what was my average calorie intake for each day? And then as it progressed down, it was like what was my what was my average calorie intake per day that week versus my target, and then what was the cumulative over the course of the week uh calorie deficit or surplus relative to target. um and then additionally, further down the sheet, we have this here is my total lost weight versus my starting weight and how much I lost in that week. So this is when I said like keep a spreadsheet and track all your averages. Um,
Be a
this is
nerd.
this is what I meant. I literally keep a spreadsheet where I track all this stuff meticulously. Um, and it definitely is not. I do not recommend this if you're numbers obsessed. Like if it will make you feel bad, um, or will make you neurotic, or drive you to an eating disorder, I don't recommend doing it. But it is very handy for figuring out the um, what was I trying to say? For figuring out your variance or uh, the variance in your tracking relative to reality, because straightforwardly, 1 pound of fat is 30, like basically almost exactly 3,500 calories. So if you are running a deficit from your BMR being your basal metabolic rate, if you're, or not basal metabolic rate, your total daily energy expenditure, if you are running a 500 calorie deficit against your total daily energy expenditure every day, then you should lose 1 pound of fat per week, every week, like clockwork. And if you think you're eating a 500 calorie deficit and you're not losing 1 pound per week every week like clockwork, then there's something in your tracking that isn't right. And so you can hone in on it, and it helps you identify either are you overestimating something, or Are you overestimating or what have you? Yes. So like clockwork, except for variances like water weight, which is why you track the averages, not your daily weight. Um, you gotta check the trend. But your trend should follow your calorie deficit. So that is if you want the deep info into like how I go about doing it, that when I'm like really hardcore about it, that is how. But the simple answer is track your food. That's the short answer. Track your food and do it by weight, preferably. Weight will be more accurate. Okay, we got a joke request, so I'm going to tell a joke if I can find a joke. Apod says, "What's a good target for weight gain?" Honestly, the target is probably the same in either direction, which is like healthy is probably about a pound a week. You can definitely gain weight a lot faster than that, but realistically, a 500 calorie surplus per day will get you about a pound a week. The healthier thing to do is to eat in about a 500 calorie surplus and lift weights every day. And then you will put on muscle instead of fat, and it'll be much healthier for you. Muscle is heavier than fat, but it's also harder to build. Fat just accumulates. Muscle you have to work at. And it's not that muscle is heavier than fat, it's that muscle is denser than fat. Abud says, "I do not have the time, money, or mental health for that right now." So the unfortunate thing about that is that physical activity like weightlifting actually really, really good for your mental health. Unfortunately, the doctors are right, and exercise is really good for your brain. Hi, the dog has come to visit. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Sita says, "This is about endorphins, not about activity exactly." Well, sort of. I mean, like, I think it is evident that there is a difference between walking at work while you're walking around and serving people and and like focused on your job is very different from recreational exercise because it is a high stress environment where you don't get to have the brain to yourself. And unfortunately, going for a walk or lifting some weights for your own betterment, very good for you and your brain. Unfortunately, you don't get those benefits from exercise at work. Work is work. All right, here we go. I've got a joke for you. There was a time in my life when I was younger that I could eat like a horse. It was back in my heyday. From a previous conversation I had, what's the best campy movie adaptation excluding Princess Bride? Speed Racer. And maybe Batman, like 1960s Batman. There's no way Speed Racer. Speed Racer is a brilliant movie and also extremely campy. And it is an adaptation. I answered every part of that question. You cannot agree that it's good, but you would be wrong. The Speed Racer movie is great, actually. Speed Racer is a divisive movie, but it's a movie that like, you know how sometimes there are movies that are just kind of ahead of their time and don't find the kind of appreciation they deserve during their theatrical run. Great examples of this include The Thing and Blade Runner. Movies that came out and just kind of flew past audiences and critics alike. No, The Thing was not popular when it came out. The Thing was, in fact, widely panned by critics when it came out. And Speed Racer falls into that same camp. It is an incredibly skillfully made and incredibly like visually rich movie that has actually got a shocking amount of thematic depth to it, that is delivered entirely like a bunch of people acting like they're 60s anime characters. It is fabulous. It is so good. Great movie. Besides, who could hate a movie where John Goodman suplexes a ninja out a window and then follows it up with the one-liner, "Ninja, more like a nanja"? Fabulous movie. Anyhow, in the way Wachowski movies are, it is a movie that is about something, and the movie is about something in a way that is incredibly earnest and incredibly heartfelt and uses the text of the film and the content of the film as a metaphor for something else. And in this case, we talk about the Matrix as an allegory for the trans experience. Uh, the Speed Racer is very much about the relationship of art to artist, or the feeling of being called to do something and to create something and to put it out in the world. And it's just and to like commit your life to excellence at a craft. It's just a really darn good movie. Yes, and the eternal conflict between art and commerce and the commercialization of craft. It's just a really good movie. It is genuinely just a really good movie. And also it has John Goodman suplexing a ninja out a window and saying more like a nanja. So isn't there an ape in Speed Racer for comic relief? Yes, there is. And that is straight from the TV show. And Spritle and the chimp, yes, Chimp Cat. A chimp is a kind of ape. Anyhow, Spritle and the chimpanzee go on a sugar-fueled bender partway through the movie. And that is definitely the weakest moment in the film, but it's still fantastic. Anyhow, we will watch Speed Racer on the Discord at some point, because it is a great movie. I love that movie. Delightful film. Ugh. Sorry, chat. I am feeling like powerfully nauseous right now. I'm like, ugh. I feel fine otherwise. I just also feel like I'm gonna puke. Uh, yeah, it's not great. I'm not gonna lie. Not enjoying it too much. No, I think I'm okay. Maybe I take a grab all. I don't want to abort the stream. I do not feel, my tummy does not feel good right now. So maybe we'll take a moment here. Is this why I refuted you complimenting my improved self-care? No. No, it isn't. I was feeling fine a few minutes ago. I'm just feeling kind of queasy now. I felt too much about Speed Racer. You might be right. I'm going to be right back. I'll be right back, and then we'll continue. All right, I'm back. Hello again. I have taken some Gravol, and hopefully that hits and leaves me feeling a little better. Anyhow, I'm gonna eject from this waffle, and we're gonna move on to playing a video game. So first things first, here's my phone. Here is my phone cable. Everyone, please brace your ear holes. Horus5 says, if Matt reveals Pepto-Bismol as the beverage, my long con of choosing other will finally pay off. So, Azandai, it's not motion sickness. It's just a, stomach queasiness. And I don't tend to get motion sickness from first-person shooters, so it's fine. All right, and Garçon, can I get a drum roll, please? Delicious and nutritious Coca-Cola. Now, the risk, of course, is that the Gravol that I took makes me sleepy, and I end up having to eject because I can't stay awake. But we're gonna try. Okay, so last stream we finished off. We were in Volt Forge, and we're going to the basement. And I need Izandai's guidance. Go to Tower 2. Oh, yes. I guess it didn't occur to me that Gravol didn't exist in the US, but yes, Gravol is Dramamine. That was so rude. The basement of Tower 2. Wow. Why would I go back to Tower 1 when I can just continue to descend and unlock the shortcut here? Ow! Jesus Christ. Enough out of you. health back. Whee! Oh yeah. Whee. Ow! All right, there it is. Look at me, finding it all by myself. Oh. Eat. All right, we have found the tube. And a shot expansion. Hooray. And much to my extreme chagrin, I have to go back. Because look at all the loot in here. You know what? I'm gonna take the tube and come from above. Okay, so there is one in this room somewhere. What on earth? Ah. Now we go this way. Pardon me. Ow! Okay, so I have to get up there somehow. Oh. Got it. Gotta get that shot ammo. Aha! Hop! Okay, one more in this region. Or in this tower, I guess. Get lasered, idiot. Effectively indestructible. Shot ammo. Okay, and that should be everything in Tower 2. That is everything in Tower 2. Tower 1. Looks like we've got 2 items in Tower 1. And 2 items in Tower 3. Okay. Okay. Hop. One more time. Take the boost rail. I'm choosing to listen to his Zandai. We'll see if this turns out in my favor. Oh, nice. I'm in Tower 1. I have so little patience for those things now. Okay, where am I versus where do I need to be? Yikes. The electric cloaca just about did me in there. God damn it. Oh. Oh no. Okay, well that's problematic. Whee! Okay, so down door. Ah, yes. Ball boost to jump across was the intended solution there. And that was what I did. Eventually, I just had to think about it. Oh, balls. Unlimited power! Bye! Really? You're beginning to think this factory is unsafe? Is it OSHA non-compliant? I'm beginning to wonder what kind of conditions the average game developer thinks the average factory worker works in. Ow! It's so good that I got all this health and ammo recharges just as I'm about to go into a save room. "32 streams have ended on Sunday. 31 streams have ended on Thursday. 25 on Saturday, 21 on Tuesday, 14 on Wednesday, 9 on Friday, and 4 on Monday. Interesting. You think we're gonna notch a point for Tuesday tonight? I am not so sure. God, I hate those things. The most recent Monday end was Sekiro. That does make sense. We want to go straight down to certification. Excuse me. Is it weird that you have no idea what the story of this game is anymore? No, not at all. What in the world is this thing? All that for one single solitary missile expansion? Are you capable of just sending me back to the start? No, of course not. I agree that Samus definitely makes more sense as a mercenary than a bounty hunter. Vroom. Very gradual vroom. Bye. How exactly am I supposed to get up there? Oh, that's probably how. Oh, hold on. Am I just overthinking this? No, it doesn't look like it. Whoops. All right, Rather Large Toad says, I think this was one I ended up looking up and then was mad at the solution. Okay, so what was the solution? Oh, yeah, it is. That's really annoying. It definitely looks like it should be a motorbike trick. What a goofy thing to put there. Okay, which tower am I in? Tower 1. How do I leave Tower 1? That way. Eventually, Retro discovered that the Japanese staff imagined bounty hunters as selfless heroes rather than mercenaries who capture fugitives for money. Mike Wicken, a designer at Retro, described Samus as Boba Fett with a sense of honor. Amazing. That's genuinely pretty funny. Boba Fett didn't have a sense of honor because Boba Fett didn't have a character. His entire characterization was Darth Vader telling him no disintegrations.
We need to take down the force field around Chrono Tower. Can you search Soul Valley for anything we might be able to use?
Oh, the scout bot for Soul Valley is on the right here. There's a robot for Soul Valley? Why is there a robot for Soul Valley? Oh, like the edge of the cliff. Okay. It is. Psychic platforms, hey? I think Zandai's misleading me. Well, I'm not. Oh, that's your comeback, hey? Well, I'm not. All right, Zandai, you're gonna have to be more specific because there are no psychic platforms here. You think it's more towards Volt Forge? I already went all the way back to Volt Forge. Okay, so Zandai, I believe you that it's somewhere between Volt Forge and Fury Green, but I need more specifics. Apod, I don't know if we are talking Star Wars EU. Brownie is talking Star Wars EU because I did successfully bait Brownie into defending Boba Fett's honor. Even though Brownie was like, nope, not getting baited, Brownie got baited. Oh god, there's so many. What? This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. electrifying the lock on the lower part of the hatch. Oh, well, that was easy. Okay, vroom! Okay, somewhere relating to this structure is a goodie. And you know, I would have expected it to be right there. Oh! That's dumb as hell! Sorry, Izandai has noted that in order to get all the upgrades, you have to meet Togepi at a few locations around the map. And that is one of those locations, but he's not here yet. Enough with the wasps, Jesus. powerful blast of beam energy. Upgrade. Leave me alone, assholes. Okay, in here somewhere, there is another upgrade. Where did you assholes come from? Okay, where is the upgrade here? You think it's probably in the next room? It shows us outside. I love that Twilight Spark says, yeah, did you do the flame thing in the next room? As if I have any recollection as to what I have or have not done in any given room in this game. Is there a robot full of secrets in Fury Green? Yes. Okay, of course there is. What do you mean, don't take the cannon? How do I get there if I don't take the cannon? Sam is just like, this is taking so much longer than the cannon. Hello, robot. Maybe one day Azandai will deign to tell me where you are. As is his job. It's smack dab in the middle of the room it's in, so don't worry about it. Okay. What statue? That statue is an item, Izandai says, but doesn't elaborate further. Okay, I'm trusting that I am not in the room with the robot yet. Metroid is not a robot. You take that back right now. It might be off to the right here. Listen, Izandai, off to the right here is not smack dab in the middle, is it? All right, area map updated. Can I pet the robot? No, but I can scan the robot. Which I did. Pardon me. Just blowing up the local fauna like you do. Or flora like you do. And no, I still haven't finished the green energy, which I think kinda honks. All right, Maricat says, the question I have, obviously you aren't required to get all the upgrades in Metroid game. How scaled to the player's upgrade status are the end fights? Usually not at all. The whole reason I'm doing this is to trivialize the final fight. Although realistically, I am doing this because I want all of the because I want all the E-tanks. I don't really care about any of the other upgrades nearly as much as I care about having all the E-tanks. But I also don't want to have to do the final boss fight like 6 times. Man, I really don't like that dweedly 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 sound in the background when grievers are around. It is very annoying. I don't like that sound at all. Okay, where's next? All right, we go all the way around and take a right. And head that way. Shut up. Okay, and now in this room we take a right. Through there. Maybe first we stop at the save point, just to be safe. Twilight Spark says, I turned down the difficulty on the final boss fight after its janky BS got to me personally. The final boss fight in this game or in Metroid Prime 3? Because you were talking, like, chat was talking about Metroid Prime 3 a moment ago. In this game. Uh-oh. Ah! Well, at least it's nice to know that you can turn the difficulty down. What a dick. Power up. One more.
Almost got it. I think so. Yeah, I can probably get this fixed.
Where am I supposed to take all the green? Oh, the direction I'm about to go.
Bye.
Take the green. Well, you know I'm getting there. Why is this screen so laggy? What is with this animation? Why is it so slow? just before the entrance here. Hooray! Okay, that should be it for Fury Green. Wow, it smells like something is on fire. Meg, are you cooking something? Oh, okay.
Look who it is. Welcome back.
Which one of you idiots is Mackenzie?
Broken frame completely repaired, topped up on all your fluids. Steering might be out of alignment, but otherwise looking good, Corporal Takabe.
I'm not one of your mechs.
Same difference. The human body's got tubes and coolant and a power core too.
I see. When's my next oil change?
You're good for another 10,000 miles.
That's not how any of that works.
I'm glad everyone made it back safely. If I'd gone with you, I would have just slowed you down.
Correct.
We need to do something about the force field around Chrono Tower. I wonder if there's anything out in the desert that we can use. You need to fructify the memory fruit, right? Offer more green energy crystals to the altar. We got all the keys. Now we just need to get into Chrono Tower, use the teleporter, then we're home free. We got all the keys.
Fructify
Chrono Tower, use
the memory
teleporter,
fruit.
Then we're home free.
I was never able to face myself until I arrived on this planet. Perhaps being stranded here wasn't so bad after all.
I believe Specialist Mackenzie will be able to fix my arm.
Never underestimate an old war dog. In times like these, our strength truly shines.
As we stand around camp and do nothing.
When I was alone in the mines, I didn't think I was gonna make it. Then I remembered. You've been fighting by yourself all these years. You're amazing.
I'm amazing.
Bye.
All right. replica. Bullet ovipositor, I should say. I did talk to Togepi there. I have no recollection of what his first location in Soul Valley was. Okay, well, I'll get to the item location eventually.
We need to take down the force field around Chrono Tower. Can you search Soul Valley for anything we might be able to use?
I assume this is also a Togepi location? Yes, okay. What? Ah! So the great question of our age is, how would I even get up there? Oh. Well, there's your answer. E-tank acquired. got room for what? 2, 3 more on my bar? Maple, I don't think you're going out on the patio at this time of night. Here, want a scritch? You want a scritchy? Goodbye. How's the weather out here? It's sunny and nice. I mean, it's not... It's 9 o'clock at night, so it's not sunny presently, but the weather is very pleasant. Okay, so it sure looks like there ought to be a power-up right in here, and it's probably off of that. I would have thought I had this upgrade already. Oh, there it is. Doop, 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 doop. All right. Once again is Andai. Where is Robot? Captain Spam, thank you for the resub now for 62 months. Whee! We're taking a tram ride. fire. How deep into this area do I have to go, is Andai? Down this slope and to the right. Oh, there it is. Okay. Swear to God. It would be very nice to discover that I already have all the upgrades from this area. Rip. No such luck. At least at the end of this dungeon, I will have pretty much all of the upgrades. I'll have to finish up the ones in Sol Valley, but I'll be pretty darn close. I love these little Pikmin lights. Maybe one day I will play Pikmin on stream. It's not out of the question. We should also one day play XCOM. And I can name all of my soldiers after chat. Okay, so we have a power-up in this room somewhere. But the where is not at all clear. Oh my god. Okay. Back we go. Oops. Oh, man. All right, so the Maricats comment in chat is just delightfully stupid. There was going to be an Iron Man movie by New Line Cinema before the 2008 movie. It was canceled because, according to New Line Cinema's CEO, quote, "It didn't make sense because Iron Man is too heavy to fly." That's so good. All right, Pleonastic Tautology, thank you for the gift subs. Congratulations to Rainy Mint, Red Shoes Jeff, Officinalis02, and Varmint XO. Basically, I need everybody to look at their nearest CEO and remember to themselves that your imposter syndrome is false. I don't, for the life of me, remember how to get up there. What if someone in chat was the CEO? Then yes, Sam is correct. Then they should be giving me a lot more money than they currently are. If Jensen Huang is out there, I promise you that giving me $1 billion will go to more productive use than giving it to OpenAI. Start at 100K? No! You know as well as I do how much money Nvidia is putting out there into the world. And $1 billion being given to me is less likely to just be burned. God damn it. There we go. Hey, Asandai, thank you for the gift sub, and congratulations to Real Bad at This. Okay, so I just need to get down to there-ish, wherever the entry to the next level is. Okay. Because I do have all the upgrades from here. here. Down here. Be on fire, please. Okay, what is my best route? Joke's on you, Azanda. It was the wrong level of hype train to get respectfully no. And Zafty knows this. Yeah, I remember this. Hup. Oops. How in the heck am I supposed to do this? There we go. I just forgot how to bomb jump. What the heck? Oh. God help me. I'm having a rough night cognitively, chat. Man, I hate those things. Stop dodging, you asshole! Get heckin' Wimdy! Eating. What the heck? Oh. Whoops. Oh! You know, those structures don't really feel built for the weather. Quite enough out of that guy. Straight to hell. Large shot expansion. Okay, now, does anyone remember Is there a rapid exit from here? Probably not. I am specifically asking Isandai. I'm not asking the rest of you. Really? 470 is 100% unshot expansions? That seems wrong. That is a weird final total. I would have expected them to go to an even 500, personally. Was there an elevator in that room? No, there was not. Or really, it should be 510, because I assume there are 255 missile expansions in the game. And so 510 would be exactly twice as many as missiles. Why 255? 255 is a holdover from, like, way, way back in the infancy of video games when, I don't remember what it is. An 8-bit counter can hold 256 integers, and when you include 0 in 256, you get 255. Is it an 8-bit integer? I think it's an 8-bit integer. So anyhow, they would assign 8 bits in memory to store the number of missiles you had. Okay, where's the way up? Right there, this room. Oh. Anyhow, it was extremely common in the Super Nintendo era for 255 to be the maximum value for a thing. I think the stat value, the maximum stat value for like characters in most Final Fantasy games is 255 for the same reason. Whee! Oops. There we go. There's the elevator. I went to the wrong friggin' place. I'm a dummy. What in the hell? Okay. Exciting news, everyone. We have pulled all of the upgrades out of all of the dungeons. So now we have only the overworld stuff left to worry about. That was satisfying, I agree. Hey, Pod, hold your horses. We'll get to Marathon as soon as this game is over. I'm gonna just ignore those enemies and leave. If a Metroid could prime, how many primes could a Metroid prime? If a Metroid could prime primes? Yeah, I don't know. A few. Zafty says, hey Matt, how do you feel about disabled cats trying to slap other cats with the things missing limbs? I saw that video earlier today and it is pretty funny. Feel free to link the video for those who haven't seen it. But it's a cat missing one of its front paws, but still trying to use its front paw to bat its, like, sibling cat. And it is quite funny.
Take down the force field around Chrono Tower. Can you search Soul Valley for anything we might be able to use?
All right, let's figure out what where this upgrade is. Right in the last room. Ha ha! Oh! Look what we found! A shot expansion!
Shame. Shame. Shame.
It does seem likely to me now that there probably are 2 more. Okay, let us... I'm gonna step in here. Let us not nitpick. Damn, I am pretty. Damn, I am pretty is doing God's work. Whoa! He just tanked an entire super missile. What the heck? Okay. Game claims there are 2 upgrades here. Oh, this is the 3rd Togepi location? Ah, I see. We've introduced the new math. The new math is the one where the parents don't know how to help their kids with their homework. Okay, so we have a... Ooh, more green. Okay, so you got a shot expansion in there. Yes, sorry. I made a joke that the parents don't know how to help their kids with the new math. But Zenguin in chat says new math is fine. It's just a more holistic way of teaching math so kids understand what's actually going on. Yes. Yes, it is. I actually think as a means of teaching numbers, it is I mean, I don't know what the educational outcomes look like, but I think it makes way more sense as a means of teaching numeracy to teach kids not rote times tables and formulas, but to actually teach the underlying mechanics of the math and how numbers are being manipulated. I find the new math approaches to doing things quite interesting. But also a lot of the time I'll see like people on the internet complaining that like, why is my kid being taught to do math this way? And I'm like, this is the way I do it in my head. Like, I don't know how to teach math. Just teach them their times tables. And I'm like, but this is what the numbers are doing when you read the times tables. This is what the actual numbers are doing. This is how I do the math. So anyhow, I find it interesting. But I just like, I have always found it interesting to think about how numbers are working when the math is happening. No, Safety, I'm perfectly neurotypical. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, a thing's happening. What the hell?
That creature just swallowed a mech part! Don't let it get away!
What if I did let it get away, though? Get back here, you varmers. Okay, I need to figure out how to do damage to this thing. It seems like there's a non-zero chance I need to be swallowed by it. Okay, well that hurt quite a lot, actually. Suck on this. Okay, that clearly didn't work. Yeah, I tried using the power bombs. It didn't work great.
Try to get some information by scanning.
Scanning, you say? The tip of its tail can be destroyed by physical impacts, killing it. Is that not what I'm doing? Oh! When it said physical impacts, it meant actual, factual physical impacts. Stop going underground. That's very annoying. Okay, this fight officially sucks. Idiot. Stop diving, you asshole. The thing I was missing was being able to turn faster by using the brake. Whoops! Oh, what? Get over here, you! What the hell? Oh, come on! There we go. The blinking light in its mouth is really misleading. Gross.
Great job, Samus. Now, if only there was a way to bring it back to base camp. Tokavi's out in the desert, so you may want to ask him about it.
Anyhow, I presume that was one of our last couple of boss fights. right, we got a power bomb expansion. I do love that you always need to use a power bomb to get a power bomb expansion, thereby always demonstrating that you at least have one. And consequently making the power bomb expansions kind of pointless. I tell you, it really does not feel like there is more than 50% of the available green still left undamaged out here. Oh, this is a Togepi location. Oh, I just didn't go to the right. Look. What? Oh, tricky. That's so rude. That is the last E-Tank according to the UI. Yikes. All right, there's 500 shot ammo. Oh. Oh, am I just an idiot? Yes, I am just an idiot. The first Togepi location is not marked as an item location. That is rude. How am I doing? God damn it, I do that every time. Whee!
A sand geyser appeared in Soul Valley. It must be that creature that swallowed the transfer pod.
But I killed it already. Yeah, that's right. Closed won't fix. Known shippable. All right. There we go. That's going to be it for the evening. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. Thank you to everybody who subscribes, everybody who follows, everybody who cheers, everybody who chats, and everybody who hangs out and lurks. It's a genuine thrill to stream for you, and I hope you have as much fun watching as I do playing. I'll be back, same Matt time, same Matt channel here on twitch.tv/weekends on Thursday. Hopefully, maybe, finishing Metroid Prime 4. So, that could be exciting. We're pretty close. So I do hope you'll tune in then. In the meantime, as always, you can follow me on Blue Sky and TikTok and YouTube, and I have a Ko-fi account, and if you subscribe here or on Ko-fi, you can join the Discord by making sure that your Twitch account or your Ko-fi account and your Discord account are linked to Discord's backend, where my server will appear to you as if by magic among your linked servers. So please join the Discord. All right, we're going to fire off a raid. Everyone hop aboard this raid train. I will see you back here on Thursday. Until then, so long, have a good night, and goodbye.